So we're out again today on this special trip. This one isn't involving any picking today. This is purely for enjoyment. I'm heading down to Indianapolis for the 2019 BusCon public transit convention down there that's has vendors from all over the bus industry, including like major manufacturers like New Flyer and MCI and BYD and things like that. So this one's just going to be a fun one. It's going to have a good time, see what kind of new equipment is going to be out there for the future, and see what kind of stuff I can get in the way of like novelties and stuff like that to add to the collection too. So it's going to be a fun day, so we'll see what happens and go from there. Check it all out. I'm here. We're going in.
Built the bus around the batteries.
Okay.
Instead of taking an existing steel bus body and figuring out where can we put the batteries. We really looked at the best placement for the batteries, and that is underneath the floor, which gives you a lower center of gravity and more stability. So we have 4 battery packs on this bus. They're also outside of any common crash zones, so it's a little
that's
better
good too, yeah.
Perspective.
Right.
And then the bus body itself is actually made out of a carbon fiber reinforced composite material that's really lightweight, kind of offsets some of that battery weight, very durable. It's similar to what they use in wind turbines actually.
Oh, okay.
Material.
Very cool.
Yeah, so this is our 35 foot. We do 40 foot, that's more like our standard model, but we do the 35 as well. And then our newer 35 foot buses and all of our 40 foot have a rear window as well, so that's a little unique. You can't see it on this one. But
and then have like a roof mounted air conditioner or something instead of a back mounted one?
We do. Yeah.
Makes sense. Very cool.
Yeah, so and then it goes, depending on what model you get, you can go this model between 150 and 230 miles range. So depending on what drivetrain you pick and what your terrain is like, obviously. But definitely covers more than the average transit route. So.
Very cool. So how does it compare to other manufacturers like BYD and New Flyer and all of those?
Yeah, I would say that the purpose-built nature of our vehicle is definitely what sets it apart a lot from other manufacturers. The composite body as well as that battery placement.
Right.
We also make our own batteries, so we have a battery manufacturing facility in Burlingame. That's where we're headquartered. So we do a ton of testing on our batteries. We really know our battery packs from the inside out.
Right.
So
get some experience with their durability.
Yeah, and very much American made as well. So more than 75% of the components come from the U.S.
Cool.
And we have the longest range and the best efficiency.
Nice.
Yeah, we also make our own chargers, as you can see behind you. We started making 3 different power levels for charging, so that 60 kilowatt is the lowest power level that we do. that's your most cost-effective option. Charge of us in about 6 hours overnight.
Sure.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That sounds like. Oh, drivers? You're looking at
Limo and shuttle market, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Limo spec. It's got leather and kind of all the, you know.
I love the lights in it too. That's
Yeah.
really cool. You almost expect the thing to transform or something. It looks so cool. So what is their CRT model? That one there. I know it's designed for wheelchairs. It's got the middle section there.
Right.
Other than that, though, the design of it's gotten actually a little bit of, I guess, negative feedback, I guess, because it's got a sort of a awkward look to it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I haven't heard too much of the negative feedback.
It's more on Facebook and things like that of posting, yeah.
You know, it's an update on the transit coach, on the D coach, right? I mean, it's a new face and new kind of body style for that coach.
Okay.
I personally like it, but
Yeah. Has it been working well in different systems?
I mean, we've had it on test at quite a few transit agencies, and it's been very positive feedback.
Okay.
So,
Wheelchair loading and everything like that?
yeah, so we're in, what is it, up in Banff, Alberta. They took 5, so we're starting to deliver them with some success.
I think I've seen them in like New York and stuff like that being tested for their
New
commuter
York's
stuff
tested
too.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the major guys have tested them. AC Transit's tested it. They like it a lot.
Very cool. Yeah, like I say, it's just gotten a lot of interesting little remarks about how it looks. I guess is the thing, but nothing on its negativity on its reliability or its performance or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the same standards as all the MCI.
Sure,
equipment.
definitely, yeah. Oh, it's industry standard for sure. I mean, you guys have been around forever, so yeah, definitely. Awesome, thank you.
All right, man.
I think of all the stuff that has been freebies around here, this little mini baseball bat's got to be the most unique thing I've found so far.
So that should give me like 5 points or something, or a half a beer or something. So we're in federal court. I know. So we're in federal court right now, you know, and so we were originally sued in state court, and they got it pushed out of state court because they thought that they, you know, they didn't have better shit going on in federal court. The trouble in Hawaii is all the federal judges are from Hawaii. That's true. So I said, not my problem. Transit vehicles. So every night when it's like rolling out 10 frames, 2 golf balls.
Temps has been building motorboats since 1985, but we've been in the States since 2011 as Tempsa, as representing Tempsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the corporate history of it?
Well, when we started in 2011 with CH bus sales, we actually started with the TS35 size coach.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a 40-passenger vehicle, and that's the one we started with.
Okay.
Then the second unit we came out with was our TS30, which is a 30 to 34 passenger vehicle. Which you see right over there. That's the new improved vehicle that we just unveiled here at the show.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
we listened to what our customers were telling us, and we made a lot of improvements. What you can see for yourself today on that bus was unveiled for the very first time here at BusCon 2019.
Wonderful.
So
how do these ones compare to other manufacturers like MCI and Prevo and those?
I think that like our 35-footer, I think the difference is they all have a lot of the same components, whether it's axles, engines, whatever. But I think that some of the things that differentiate us from them is that this coach is designed to be a 35-foot coach.
Okay.
So,
As opposed to like a 40-footer cut down?
Right, exactly. That's correct. So
Okay.
that's not what we've done. We have our own R&D department in Tempsa in Turkey. So we have lots of engineers, and so we manufacture probably 30 different models of coaches throughout the world.
Oh wow.
So we really have a vision on having smaller vehicles and be able to utilize our talents and our people from the engineering side of things and build with the way it's need to be built.
Sure. I guess with a lot of the rural roads that they have in some of those countries that need something smaller but just as durable.
I was just there last week, and I actually was in Adana and driving our new TS30. So it's a great vehicle, and it handles and drives excellent.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How old's your son now? 7, 8. He's 7. Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, interesting stuff that you're talking about. So I'm definitely looking to check it out myself.
There you go. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Come on, we get that yellow bus.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it's a little different suspension system than what we used to. And so that bothered me.
Are you able to use the same charging infrastructure?
We are able to do that now.
The one thing that I wanted to address with it all is a lot of the bad press that has happened with Albuquerque and other systems that say that, you know, there's issues with them, and, you know, it's even gotten all over the internet that BYD stands for Build Your Disaster.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot of bad press, and I'd love to put it to bed, get your side of everything too. And, you know, all the improvements you've done with the vehicles and where they stand now.
Well, I think the proof is in the pudding. Albuquerque, it was a bad arrangement from the very beginning, I believe. Most of it was political.
Okay.
It seemed like the administration in Albuquerque was not a fan of electric buses. Even the buses that they did replace our buses with, they went with diesel buses. They didn't go with electric buses for a system that was designed to be an electric bus system.
Okay.
And I think the proof is in the pudding here in Indy. You know, the buses, they launched them over Labor Day weekend, and, you know, to, I think, a record amount of passengers, and no issues with the buses, other than there's been a lot of accidents, but again, not BYD's fault.
Right, definitely,
A lot of vehicle traffic not used to buses going a different way.
Yes, I actually experienced that myself when I came off Binford Parkway and that, and my usual turn into the left lane, and there's a bus lane there now.
Right.
So.
And, you know, for BYD as a global company, you know, we've delivered over 50,000 electric buses worldwide.
Okay.
So to have an issue with one customer that became a major media event, it's hard to work out your problems if one person's podium is always got a camera in front of it and a microphone.
Right.
And, you know, there's never a perfect situation. There's always going to be something.
Yeah. Every new vehicle has teething issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if someone builds a house, there's never a perfect house. You know, that the window is not where it was supposed to be when you originally looked at it.
Right.
So it's all about having the good partnership and working through those issues. You know, Indy's been a very good partner. The issue that we had was the range.
Right.
You know, we delivered the bus, and granted, when we delivered the bus and they tested it, we did 280 miles, and they'll tell you the bus did 280 miles.
Very cool.
Unfortunately, when we got to wintertime,
Yeah.
you put the heat on, then the bus
All the
was doing
accessories start taken
220
away
miles.
from that length.
So,
Yeah.
you know, as good partners, instead of them, you know, going in front of TV cameras and going to the press and saying this bad bus and all this kind of thing, we were able to work through all this. So
Right.
now we have a solution using inductive charging.
Okay.
Buses will be able to go out there and do those routes the whole life expectancy of the bus, which is, you know, 12 years or more.
Right.
So I think Indy has been an example of how any agency should work with any OEM, whether it's a diesel bus, a hybrid bus, an electric bus. There'll be issues with any vehicle, as you said.
Sure.
It's just how you work together through it. So.
Right. And I know with the industry being so tight, it's kind of hard once the bad press is out there to kind of, you know, revert back from it and, you know, build it back.
It is. You know, this whole transit industry, it's a small niche. There's, you know, lots of transit agencies in the country, but there's only so many OEMs that are building buses.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've got a lot of great customers out there that are continuing to buy our buses. I think we're up to almost 20 existing customers that have already reordered
Very cool.
buses from us. And our customers are now about 50 customers, so
Okay.
almost half have already reordered buses. And it's really great to see that they might have started with 2 or 3,
Right.
to see how they would operate, to see how we reacted with customer service issues. And I guess we've done a pretty good job, because now they're ordering 30 more, 40 more, 60 more. So we're seeing the orders come up. So we're giving it an A for effort in every
Definitely,
run.
that's all you can do, really. Yeah, definitely. So that's very cool that they're coming back from it too. Now, I know there has been other ones, like say, for instance, Toronto, that was going to test out some, and I believe they backed out of it. Did that?
No, Toronto. No, actually, we have.
Okay, so that's going against what was posted on the internet then,
Okay,
because I
no.
heard they backed out.
No, Toronto. What we're doing in Toronto right now, we have a final assembly plant in Newmarket, Ontario.
Okay.
And we do have a contract for 10 transit buses for Toronto Transit, TTC.
Yeah.
With options, and those buses are being built right now. They'll be delivered next month.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good news for that then. Yeah, definitely. Because I know they're trying out like one from each, from Flyer, from Proterra, and yours and that. And
Correct.
so how does yours compare to those others?
Every bus is unique, but operating principles are the same. All the electric buses have got batteries. All the electric buses have electric motors. It's a lot of, on the battery side, it's chemistry. BYD is a battery manufacturing company.
Okay.
We're 24 years old. We're the largest rechargeable battery manufacturing company in the world.
Okay.
So we decided to take our battery technology to vehicles about 6-8 years ago, and started building cars, trucks, buses, forklifts, and now monorail.
Oh wow.
So our battery chemistry is lithium iron phosphate. It's the safest chemistry out there for a battery, especially in a high capacity vehicle with passengers on board, because our batteries will not explode. They
That's
will
a good
not
thing.
flame up.
Yeah.
There is no thermal runaway.
Right.
So that's again a differentiator between us and the other OEMs. They don't use that same chemistry, and no OEM is a battery manufacturing company. They're a bus builder. We build our own electric in-wheel drive motors. Our other OEMs have to buy those motors from somewhere else. So that's really what sets us apart. We are a total vertical integrator. We build everything that goes into our bus, especially on the propulsion side and the battery side. Then, in Lancaster, we build the bus specific to the client, using all the Buy America products, whether it's seats, floors, windows, stanchions, driver seats, and all those things.
So being a foreign company, about how much of the vehicle is North American made?
Well, in transit today, the new benchmark, it has to be 70% Buy America compliant.
Okay.
And on our last Buy America audit, we were 78% Buy America.
Very cool. Definitely important with jobs in this continent as well.
And again, where we build the buses, we build them in Lancaster, California. We have a 550,000 square foot factory with 850 union jobs.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, today's been great. Got to talk to a lot of people, check out all the latest stuff, but it's time to head home right now, so we're going to head out. I'm just posting about it on Facebook. I just got one hell of a scoop at the show today. There is a fellow there from Iconic Replicas that does the new Flyer Excelsior bus models. And he just informed me that they are, in fact, coming out with a Toronto one, a TTC one, for the new electric buses that they got up there. They said that it's still in production. It's not going to be out for at least another month, though, they said. But that they definitely are. That is a huge scoop, and I'm definitely going to be getting one of them. So with the show over for the day, got all the stuff put away, got some more money in the meter, and going to come out and ride the new Red Line BRT route here in Indy. Apparently it's free until the end of the month of September 2019. So while I'm here, might as well go out and take it for a ride and see how it runs. Get to the next station here and board it there. It's so weird seeing a lane going in the opposite direction on Capitol Street here. It's always been a one-way southbound street.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna close down. Although.
So how are these BYD buses working for you?
I love it.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
Smooth ride, it's quiet, straight shot north and then south.
Right.
I love it.
Awesome.
No complaints from me.
Very cool.
Station is New Jersey. Doors open on the line to New Jersey. Transfer to 12, 13, and 14. Doors open. Doors open.
When I was at the apple orchard, I ate it after. Because my mom took it off me. Was it delicious? And then I ate it. I didn't eat the seeds because I don't like No, you can't eat it. Oh, they're falling out. One is falling out. One is out. I saw somebody.
First time riding on a BYD bus. It seems pretty good. Fairly smooth, good pickup and that. The only complaint seems to be where the center area is here, where the articulation joint is. It's very narrow, so it's hard to go from the front to the back. But other than that, it seems to be a good running vehicle.
Station is Fountain Square. Doors open on the right at Fountain Square.
I don't want it. Oh, I ran out of water. I got a fucking tiger. And it smells like grapes.
what I've seen so far of the service, I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of teething on it as well, because I've seen a couple of things like doors opening on the wrong side, and being about a foot away from the platform on one station. But I'm sure this is all stuff that drivers will get used to after a while. The BYD buses themselves seem to be running very well, so I don't know what, if any, problems they'll have with those. Just like they said at the show, that there'll be, every vehicle has teething problems, but for the most part they seem to run well. They got good pickup, they got good braking, everything seemed to work okay on them. The only thing, like I said, that I found that's kind of an issue is that aisleway just in front of the articulation joint. I'm not sure what's behind all those those wall panels, but it makes the aisle very narrow there, and you can't get from the back to the front as easy. But other than that, they seem to be relatively decent vehicles, so we'll see what happens after several years of service.
Now arrived at Pleasant Run. Next station is Fountain Square. Doors open on the right at Fountain Square. Now arriving at State House. Next station is Vermont. Doors open on the left at Vermont. Transfer to routes 18, 25, and 28. requested.
It's actually nice for a change to be able to get out and just ride for a while instead of chasing them all.
Now arriving at 18.
This is an incredible day today. Had so much fun checking out the new stuff, gotten to meet new people in the industry, some actually that I've met before too. And then getting to ride the Route 90 Red Line here in Indy for free. That was awesome as well. So I got to do a little bit of fanning as well as the show. So this has been a great day, absolutely great. But now it's time to head back and plan for the next adventure.